What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today it is the return of my championship score predictions, and not only that, it's the return of the Lexus Hall of Fame. Joshua Fruju won the Lexus Hall of Fame last year with getting the most correct score predictions, but now we've got to wipe the slate clean. It's completely new now, so anyone can still win it. If you guys like what you see and want to see more championship content, please make sure you do give this video a like. It's tremendously appreciated. The last video did really well, not the COD video, but the table predictions video did really well. I gained 11 subscribers in that time frame, which is absolutely incredible, and I did the maths on it. If I continue at the rate of that subscriber every single day, to get 1,000 subscribers would take me 2.5 months, which is mad. And why I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, if you may ask? Well, I want to do a collab with BenHD, and we've agreed that we can do one if I hit 1,000 subscribers. I put it on myself. I probably should have lowered the expectation, but anyway, that's the target now. Right now, could we get to 275 before the end of the month? I think it's possible at this rate. If you're new around here, my name's Alex. I do football content and championship content as often as I can. And if you haven't done, please subscribe to the channel. It would really make my day. As I say, it'll get closer to 1,000 subscribers. Without any further ado, I'm so excited to predict these opening round of fixtures. Let's start predicting. So the opening game happening tonight is Watford versus Middlesbrough. I'm really intrigued to see how this game will pan out. Very two contrasting styles, I think I'm going to see. You're going to see Watford going forward with Vladimir Ivic really wanting to go for it. Middlesbrough are going to definitely sit back and soak up the pressure and frustrate them, because it's what Neil Warnock does. I could definitely see Watford going to maybe 3 or maybe with a 5 over back formation. In terms of players I have available, they've got a load of injuries. Troy Deeney, Success, Firmino, Pereira, Welbeck, Capoue and Deulofeu are all injured, and even Andre Gray and Will Hughes may be doubtful. So Middlesbrough may have a little bit of a chance to get something despite not beating them in their last 6 games. Before I give my score prediction, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in the first half of this game. And for the first time on this channel, it's live commentary. I hope you like it. Let's see what's happened at the first half.
Welcome back everyone to a brand new season. Today the Championship 2020-21 season kicks off with a very tasty game. Watford, recently relegated from the Premier League, going up against Middlesbrough with the experienced manager of Neil Warnock, who could be looking to do good things this year. We should see a very exciting game on our hands. It looks like it's about to be half time, and what a mistake this could be. Gusted now with the ball. But the Watford players retreat very well. They've got up to 7 players in their bottom half. Looks like Middlesbrough are going to struggle to crack this defence. Here's Housen now, an inviting ball, and it's gone off. It is half time. Middlesbrough the stronger side. Watford have not had a shot on goal in this entire half so far. It is still 0-0 at half time.
So it looks like we've got a very boring 0-0 draw at the moment, but for what I think will happen in this game, I think it's really similar actually. I don't think there'll be many goals in this game, you know, despite the attacking quality that Watford do have. You know, Sar's not within the squad at the moment. I think Ben Foster will be in goals, so it'll be difficult for Middlesbrough to get past him, because I do highly rate him as a goalkeeper. But in the opening day, you see some shocks everywhere. None of the newly promoted clubs won their opening game. In fact, they all lost their opening game last year. Huddersfield, Cardiff and Fulham all lost their opening fixture. And you know what? I'm going to continue the trend. It may be absolutely crazy, but I think Neil Warnock will get a winning start. I'm going to say a 1-0 away victory to Middlesbrough. I've just got a gut feeling that Middlesbrough will really defend resolutely and maybe hit them on the break, and then Watford will have a difficult start. But I think they'll pick it up later on. But before we move on to the next game, let's see what FIFA 20 predicts will happen in the full 90 minutes.
So Lexus has now made his prediction for this opening game in the championship season, but let's see what FIFA thinks the first result of the Championship 2020-21 season will be. There's Capoue. He's got a little bit of space here. There's Will Hughes. He can hit those. Is he going to hit one? No. Doucouré, who should be gone by now by this video turns out. What a pass! Oh, what a terrific save! For the first time, Watford look at their best, and it's Doucouré who makes the creativity happen, and it's Will Hughes with a shot, but Ainsley pairs with a terrific save. We're into the final few minutes. We've got 3 minutes of stoppage time. It looks like it's going to be a dull 0-0 draw in the opening game, unless Middlesbrough right now could produce something. Here's McNair to Housen. Can he do anything running forward? He gets it back to McNair with a bit of space. There's Gusted. But his pass is poor. He could have got a little bit less power to find McNair in space, but he doesn't. It's full time, and the final score is 0-0.
So FIFA 20 has predicted a 0-0 draw. We both predicted for a low scoring game. In this game to go over is Birmingham versus Brentford, a repeat of the opening fixture last year, except Birmingham are now going to be at home rather than Brentford being at home previously. Now, I think this game's going to be very contrasting styles once again. Aitor Karanka football, you know, is very, very defensive. Very defensive. He'll get Birmingham organised. Brentford would really want to try and break them down. I do, however, notice that Ben Rama is not in the squad at the moment. I think he is going to try and get a transfer. I think Sergi Canos will take his place. I mean, whilst I rate him, he's just not the same calibre as Ben Rama, no disrespect to him. With Birmingham, they recently just announced the signing of Neil Etheridge. Now, it'll either be him or Prieto in goal. I have a feeling Prieto's going to start in goal because they literally just announced today that they got Neil Etheridge. But if he can get his fitness up, I think Neil Etheridge will be the #1 goalkeeper. I do fear that he's not played a lot of football because of his injuries last year, and Ant Smith was just incredible for Cardiff. Lukas Jukovic has got an injury, so it looks like they may have to use George up front, which I'm not too sure whether if he's going to crack down that defence. Before I predict this game though, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in the first half of this game.
Welcome everyone to the second match we're going to commentate in this opening weekend of Championship football, the return of the 2020-21 season in the Championship. We have Birmingham versus Brentford, which is a repeat of the opening day fixture last year. Sundic to Jukovic to Gardner now. Can he drive forward to Jeremy Bella on the right? Gardner, that's a great pass. Jeremy Bella. Jukovic! What a fantastic start by Birmingham. Just likewise with last year, Birmingham have taken the lead. And what great build-up play to the goal. Jeremy Bella will be taking a lot of the credit. Some brilliant, intelligent play between Jukovic managing to get the goal. Fantastic positioning. He is played on side as well, which is really, really poor on Brentford's part. He manages to get another touch to get past David Raya. 1-0 to Birmingham. Gardner's now with the ball with Sundic now to Crowley. Back to Sundic. Scott Hogan's there, but he's not quite got the pace. Here's Sundic to Jukovic now. Here's to Gardner to Jukovic. It's a second for Birmingham, a second for Lukas Jukovic. Brentford are falling apart in St Andrews, but it's Lukas Jukovic with the second goal. Once again, the build-up play is great, but it's so simple. Great play between Sundic and Jukovic in the build-up for it. Sundic finds the space for Jukovic. And it's actually a fantastic pass from number 20 to Jukovic, who is unchallenged by Janssen. He lays off a fantastic strike past David Raya. 2-0 to Birmingham. And it looks like that is going to be the half-time whistle. And it looks like, yeah, it's half-time. Birmingham 2, Brentford 0. Brentford have it all to do in this second half.
Very interesting. FIFA 20 thinks that Birmingham will be 2-0 up. I have a feeling that despite Brentford not having their strongest squad, I do expect them to get the win. I think it'll be a 1-0 away victory once again. I think they'll just scrape this one. Let's see what FIFA 20 predicts will happen in the full 90 minutes.
So Lexus must have given you his prediction by now. Now we will see what FIFA predicts will happen in this opening fixture as well. We've made it to stoppage time now, and Brentford have not had a shot on goal, although that can change. Ben Rama. Oh, just as I say, Brentford have not had a shot on target. They have their first shot on target in the 91st minute of the game. Side Ben Rama finally with a load of space, but it's a great save by Lee Camp, but apparently is a goal kick. I can't explain why. Maybe it came off a Burnley player, or maybe he didn't save it and it came off the post. I couldn't quite see, but it looked like he saved it. But it doesn't matter. Birmingham have got the 3 points, and that is what matters. Birmingham win by 2-0.
So interesting, FIFA 20 has predicted a 2-0 victory to Birmingham. Could easily happen. So the next game to go through is an all League One tie, Wycombe versus Rotherham. The reverse fixture of this game in League One was a 1-0 away victory to Wycombe, so I could see this game being potentially very, very cagey. But for what I think will happen, I think Wycombe will have to go for it. I mean, they absolutely went at Brentford in the Carabao Cup. Rotherham did lose out to Salford, but they were quite unlucky. They had so many chances, but they just couldn't find that cutting edge to try and get the goal. Wycombe actually have a really strong record against Rotherham. They've actually won 4 of their last 6 meetings against this team. Gabe is serving suspension following he got a red card against Brentford in the Carabao Cup. With Rotherham, I think only Trevor Clark is the known injury that I know, but I'll be interested to see what a goalkeeper will be, whether they'll go with Johansson or they'll go with Blackburn. I think one of the two could definitely be the #1 goalkeeper. I think they're quite similar in quality. I'm expecting Ladapo to be very important for Rotherham in this game if they get something. Before I predict what will happen in this game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in the first half of this game.
So the next game to commentate on is an all League One tie. And look at this, it's Wycombe versus Rotherham. Two sides I do expect to be fighting relegation in this season. Here's Wood now, back to Ikwi, Barlessa, Back to Vassell, to Crooks. He's got some space. Can Crooks shoot? He can. And it's a goal! The first goal in this all League One tie goes to Rotherham. And this could be a very crucial goal. Crooks with way too much space and given way too much time. No one closes him down. He shoots. Allsop could only just barely look at it and try and dive for it. 1-0 to Rotherham. There's Gape, who got sent off in the Brentford game. Can he do anything? Great pass to Bloomfield. And it's a goal! Wycombe have found an equaliser. What a very important goal that was. It was brilliantly done by McCarthy, finding Bloomfield there. He just smashes it. We could have a real game on our hands. 1-1 here. McCarthy, can he do one more thing? No, that is it. That is half time. Both of these sides have scored a goal. It is 1-1 here.
Interesting, a very tight 1-1 draw at the moment. We could see a few more goals coming. I do have a feeling that Wycombe will look at this Carabao Cup performance and get a load of positivity from him, pushing Brentford to penalties. I'm going to say Wycombe have a strong start. I'm going to say a 2-1 home victory. I don't think it will be easy because Rotherham will definitely keep it tight at the back. They've got a fantastic record. They're going to have to watch out for their set pieces, scoring a load of set piece goals. Although Wycombe do have a good record at set pieces as well. So I'll say a narrow 2-1 victory to Wycombe and they'll have a winning start. And before I predict the next game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in full time.
So Alexis has already given you his prediction for this game, but let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in this game. Is Onyedima now to Jacobson, who's been absolutely terrific in this game so far. He whips across to Wheeler, and it's a goal! Oh my goodness, unbelievable. Wycombe, who have fallen behind, have now retaken the lead. An absolutely unbelievable game this is. Here's Overball now with the ball. Back to Matt Bloomfield, the first goal scorer, to Jacobson now. Can he run forward? He's been absolutely terrific, gaining an assist. To Samuel, to Overball once again. He loses his man, which is good. Here's Wheeler now, who's the second goal scorer. Can he whip it? He tries to square it to Overball, to McCarthy. It's a third for Wycombe. What an unbelievable debut for the Championship for Wycombe Wanderers. Jason McCarthy, who's recently signed on another year-long loan with the club, has now got the third goal for Wycombe. 3-1 to Wycombe. Rotherham try to go forward, trying to get a little bit of a consolation. Smith doing well, and they've won a penalty. Rotherham have won a penalty in the final minute of the game. Goodness me, there's so much going on in this game. Rotherham can have a chance to reduce the deficit, and they do so, managing to score the penalty. So Rotherham have a second, but it looks like it's not going to be enough as Wycombe kick off here. The full-time whistle should be going about now. Wycombe have managed to win their first championship game in their championship debut. A 5-goal thriller. I hope it's as entertaining as this. Wycombe 3, Rotherham 2.
What a game. 3-2 Wycombe. I hope that happens in real life. Unbelievable drama that was. The next game to go over is Barnsley versus Luton. Two sides that are feeling a little bit more optimistic this season. Obviously, both got promoted the previous season, both survived this season, and actually have had positive transfer windows. With Barnsley, you know, maybe not as positive since they've lost Jacob Brown to Stoke City. He could be a big loss for them. You know, he was someone that had something different, could play around midfield, but also could play up front as well. It looks like, I think Freezy is going to have to potentially play out there, which I'm not too sure whether he can step up, but hopefully with Connor Chaplin and Cody Woodrow, they can still get the goal scoring up. In terms of Luton, I am excited to see if Norrington Davies is going to make his debut. I think he does deserve it with the quality he has. I can see this game being very, very tight, and I think whoever wins this game will have a fantastic start and a load of confidence going into this season. Before I predict this game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in the first half of this game.
So the next game to commentate is Barnsley versus Luton. Izzy Brown, back to Bree, who's onside. He whips it. Oh, it's a goal! Luton have managed to score. What a brilliant taken goal that is. It's Ryan Tunnicliffe who has scored the goal. A terrific volley plus Collins. It is 1-0 to Luton Town. It's half time at the moment. It is 1-0 to Luton, and it's nothing more than what they deserve. But let's go back to Alexis.
Very interesting. They think that Luton is going to be 1-0 up, which is intriguing to say the least. What I think will happen though, I do agree it'll be a 1-goal margin. I think there'll be a couple of goals going into this game. Luton had a fantastic game against Barnsley last time, but that was the old Barnsley. I'm expecting new, organised Barnsley to be very tough and resolute to beat. I'm going to say Barnsley get a 2-1 home victory. I think it's going to be really tight. I think Luton will give them a game, especially if James Collins was as brilliant as he was against Norwich at the Carabao Cup, scoring a hat-trick there. Let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in full time.
So Lexus has already given you his score prediction for this game so far. Let's see what FIFA 20 predicts will happen in this game. Cornick. Oh, through ball, and Izzy Brown is practically through. And it's a goal. The guy who shouldn't even be at Luton Town right now because he's signed on a deal for Sheffield Wednesday has managed to double Luton's lead. It's a brilliant through ball. He's found one-on-one. He makes no mistake. 2-0 Luton Town. Ritz Mahi's got so much space, but his touch is poor. His touch is so poor. He had so much space. Barnsley 0, Luton 2.
Interesting. FIFA thinks that Luton are going to take the win by 2-0. Could easily happen. I think it'll be very tight. So the next game to go over is Bournemouth versus Blackburn. Obviously, newly relegated side versus a side that has a load of potential in my opinion. We all know what Blackburn can do, and I've seen what Bournemouth can do, especially in the Premier League, but in the Championship, you know, who knows what their starting 11 is going to be. I know Josh King has been out for a little bit. I think he's trying to get a move away personally. Maybe Sam Surridge will be up top, which I think will be good for him. Dominic Solanke I think will start up there as well, which I think give him Championship games. And I think if Dominic Solanke could get at least 15 goals, maybe even 20 goals, Solanke can almost revive his career. Before I predict what will happen in this game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in half-time.
Our next game to go through is Blackburn Rovers going against recently relegated Bournemouth. Bournemouth's first game in the Championship for over 5 years. So let's see how rusty they may be of Championship football. Gallagher to Niamb. Travis to Downing now. What can he do with Gallagher? Travis back to Downing. Downing's through. Oh, it's a penalty. Nathan Ake concedes a penalty for Blackburn Rovers. Unbelievable scenes I'm seeing here. Nathan Ake, who shouldn't even be on this pitch, simply knees Stuart Downing. It's a stonewall penalty, and Blackburn have a chance to take a lead. It is Adam Armstrong. He hits the post. He can score the rebound now, but he's offside. Oh, unbelievable. This is absolutely unbelievable, this. Oh, so unlucky for Blackburn Rovers. He hits the post, but he can't score the rebound because he's then offside. It's half-time at the moment. It is 0-0 at the moment. But let's go back to Lexus.
Wow, 0-0. But Blackburn may be regretting themselves they missed that penalty in the first half. But what I think will happen in this game, I mean, like what FIFA showed, Adam Armstrong could be the difference. He really, really could. And I can see Blackburn gaining an away victory. But I just have a feeling that Bournemouth will start well this season. It's just a feeling. I think Dominic Solanke will get his confidence. I think he'll relish Championship football. I'm going to say a 2-0 victory to Bournemouth. Let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in the full 90 minutes.
So Lexus have given you his score prediction already. Let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in this game. Bournemouth have been improved in the final 10 minutes or so before I'm talking this, but Blackburn have done well to contain them, and they're really frustrating Bournemouth at the moment, keeping all of the ball, trying to push forward. There's Joe Rothwell right now, but it's well defended, to be fair to them. Both of these sides I think will be relatively happy. I think Bournemouth will be more or less more disappointed than Blackburn because they want to have a good start to the season. Blackburn, I say, were the deserved winners in that game. They had the better chances, but it just goes to show for Bournemouth that you can't take any game for granted. Blackburn 0, Bournemouth 0.
So FIFA thinks it will be a boring 0-0 draw. I hope not. The next game to go over is Bristol City versus Coventry. The first meeting against these sides for over 5 years since both of them were in League One, which is absolutely incredible when you think about it for how far they've come now. Bristol City, I mean, they've got an abundance of attacking options, which is why I'm really excited to see them this season. You've got Jeju, Naki Wells, who I think will have a huge season. Even getting Chris Martin as well, he could offer something different as well. Coventry, now they've got Godden, obviously. I think one of their signings will make a start, and I think it's that Ostigard guy. I think he will make a start in this game. However, they do have a few injuries, Coventry. They have Michael Rose out, they've got Jody Jones, and they've got Junior Da Costa out. Before I predict this game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in half-time.
The sixth game to go over today is Bristol City going up against Championship new boys Coventry City. It's a free kick for Coventry. Kelly now with the free kick. Oh, it's not a brilliant free kick. It's straight at Daniel Bentley in the end. It looks like the half-time whistle is about to go, and I think it'll be blown right about now. It is. Bristol City 0, Coventry 0 in the first half. Bristol City have not had any opportunity, although neither have Coventry, but Coventry have been playing the better football at the moment. Bristol City 0, Coventry 0.
Okay, interesting. 0-0 at the moment, but what I think will happen, I think we'll definitely see goals. I think Bristol City will fly through the traps and attack Coventry, although Coventry have a really tight defence. But I do have a feeling because of the options Bristol City have, I am going to edge Bristol City for 2-1 victory. Let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in the full 90 minutes.
So Lexus has already given you his score prediction from this upcoming game. Let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in his upcoming game. Jack Hunt's got some space. He does. He's practically on his own. Come on, Jack Hunt. He can definitely run forward here. Can he rip it? He does. Jeju's unmarked. And it's a goal. It's so simple. Bristol City get the breakthrough. And it is so simple. And that's what Coventry will be so disappointed. Jack Hunt finally with some bit of space and pace, but no one marking Famara Jeju. It is a fantastic header. Very few keepers will be saving that. 1-0 to Bristol City. They were definitely all over the place in the first half and needed a much better response. Coventry, on the other hand, have been very, very poor in the midfield and definitely not supplying enough service to the strikers. There's Naki Wells right now who can definitely seal it. Naki Wells doing fantastically well. It's a great save by Marossi though. With more power, he probably would have been beaten for that, but it's a very comfortable save in the end with only 4 minutes to go. Coventry will be hoping to get a draw out of this game, but it looks like it's not going that way because Bristol City have been gaining some control. They've grown into this game and they won't mind with Coventry just kicking the ball out, letting the time just sap away. It's Adam Nagy now at the ball. He can definitely be something special, but no, he's tackled fantastically well there. Coventry have not been as bad as I think a lot of people would have expected, but the results speak volumes at the end of the day, and they have ultimately lost in this game. They should have taken their opportunities when it mattered, and that is the full-time whistle. Coventry looking promising in the first half. Second half, though, completely flat. Bristol City much improved in the second half. Famara Jeju getting the only goal in the game. Bristol City 1, Coventry City 0.
So it looks like FIFA agrees that Bristol City will win, but only by 1-0. Very interesting that. So the next game to predict is Cardiff versus Sheffield Wednesday. Both sides who looked a little bit ropey in their Carabao Cup games. Cardiff looked really, really poor at best against Northampton Town, and of course Sheffield Wednesday had to go all the way penalties to beat League 2 Walsall. Cardiff, you know, in disarray at the moment. You know, there's a lot of eyes on them following the Mendes Lang situation, which is just unfortunate for him to get a contract terminated. Sheffield Wednesday, I mean, they need more than anyone to get a win right now to try and overturn their minus 12 points. They'll be definitely going for this game. Before I predict this game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in half time.
Welcome guys to game 7 of predicting the opening round of fixtures in the Championship. Today we've got Cardiff going up against Sheffield Wednesday. Murphy with a bit of space right now. He could do something with that. He's going to whip it. Oh, that could be dangerous. No, it's followed with a goal. What a very important goal. Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead, and it's Massimo Luongo who's managed to get the first goal. But Cardiff defence fell asleep as soon as Jacob Murphy managed to get the cross. 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Cardiff have not had any opportunities. They've only had one shot on goal, which was a shot straight at Dawson. In half-time, it is Cardiff 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Okay, FIFA 20, predicting Sheffield Wednesday for an early lead. That's a bit bold from you. What I think will happen in this game, I don't know. This is a coin flip for me. I'm really struggling with this one. I think I've got to even it out. I've not predicted a draw yet, I don't think. I say a 1-1 draw in this game. I can't separate the sides. Let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in the full 90 minutes.
So Lexus has already given you his score prediction of what will happen in this game. Let's see what FIFA 20 predicts will happen in this game in real life. Back to Pelpussy now. Is he going to drive forward? He passes back to Barry Bannon. And it's the full-time whistle. Sheffield Wednesday pick up their 3 points in this game. Cardiff City 0. Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Wow, FIFA 20 thinks that Sheffield Wednesday will walk away with all 3 points. That'd be really, really big for Sheffield Wednesday, actually. We now have got Derby versus Reading. This is one of the games I'm really struggling to predict here because Derby, of course, have lost a load of their players, although they still have a load of talent in their squad. Marshall, I think their new goalkeeper will start on goal as well, which I think will automatically improve Derby defensively. Reading, quite an excited team to be honest. It's just whether Panovic is going to have a good start and he's got the right tactics for this league. But before I predict this game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in the first half.
We've made it to our 8th game to commentate on. It is Derby going up against Reading. Richards to Swift. What a gorgeous ball that is. What can Swift do? He takes his players on. Oh, he's got the skill. Echaria, oh, what a goal! What an unbelievable goal! This will be in contention on goal of the weekend. Oh my word. The goal to introduce your season, Ejaria, he's managed to sign on a 4-year deal with Reading, has managed to open his scoring. Only 10 minutes gone. Reading find themselves 1-0 up. It looks like it's 2 minutes of added time here. Derby are going to be hoping they don't concede another before half time. Could they get a goal? I don't think they can. It's half time. In half time, it is Derby 0, Reading 1.
Okay, interesting. They're predicting that Reading would take the lead in the first half of this game. But what I think will happen, it'll be tie. It's contrasting styles for me. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. I can't really edge the sides. Let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in full time.
So Lexus has already given you his score prediction on what will happen in this game in the opening weekend. But let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen. Now Wayne Rooney, what could he do here? Bird, back to Shinnie. They don't have enough time. It is full time. And Reading are the team that collect all 3 points in this game. In the final result, it is Derby 0, Reading 1.
That's really intriguing. Reading with a 1-0 victory. I could definitely see it happening. Really, really tight. We've now got Huddersfield versus Norwich. Huddersfield right now, I'm still a little bit worried about their squad right now. They've already lost Steve Mounier, and it looks like Colin Grant will be out this way out. O'Brien will definitely be a very important part to their season. Pritchard, I think, will also be very, very key as well, with Bakuna playing an important role in that midfielder. Norwich, I mean, I'm just thinking of their starting 11 right now. It could be absolutely scary. I think Tim Krul's going to stay. But McLean and potentially Oliver Skip making his debut. That already is a really tough midfielder. But then you could also have Cantwell. Then you can have Dow and Ono Hernandez. You know, not enough people talk about Ono Hernandez. As a championship player, incredible. And obviously they still got Timo Pukki and Jordan Hugill. Norwich have just got options, which I'm really excited to see them how they cope this season. Before I predict this game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in this game.
We've made it to the 9th game to predict this weekend. This game is Huddersfield versus Norwich. Here's Todd Conway now. Can he get a goal? I don't think he can. Yes, it's 0-0 at halftime. No side looks like scoring in this game. In the halftime whistle, it is Huddersfield 0, Norwich 0.
Interesting. They think a 0-0 draw in a moment. I'm predicting the exact opposite. I think this game screams goals for me. I think I'm going to predict a 4-2 away victory to Norwich. I think it'll be a really, really tough game. You know, you get one of those crazy results somewhere in the opening day of a fixture. I think it'll come to this game. And before I move on to the next game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in full time.
So Lexus has already given you his score prediction for this game, but let's see what FIFA 20 predicts will happen in the second half of this simulated game. I don't think Jonas Losso has actually had to have made a really good save. But here's Nathan Chalobah right now. Oh, it's well defended. Here's Grant. Oh, as I just say that, Huddersfield have got themselves a goal, and it's a guy who I think will no longer be a Huddersfield player by this time this video comes out. It is Carlin Grant with the goal. Wow, from nothing. Huddersfield have not even had a shot on goal. Huddersfield have gotten ahead. What an unbelievable moment in the game. So dramatic. It is 1-0 to Huddersfield Town. It's now added time. Only 2 minutes of added time now. Lewis O'Brien now with the ball. He's going to be driving forward here. What's he going to do? He's going to be giving it to Carlin Grant here. Okay, the goal score. He's going to give it to Emma Smith-Rowe. Back to Lewis O'Brien now. Oh, but it's well tackled though. Norwich prevent the scoring, but they ultimately lose in this game. Huddersfield are the team that collect the 3 points. Huddersfield 1, Norwich City 0.
This is why I love the Championship. Unexpected results like that. Huddersfield getting practically last minute winner. Absolutely unbelievable. And if that happens, the scenes will be absolutely insane. Next up is Millwall versus Stoke. If I'm going to be honest, when I think of this game, I actually do not think this game's going to have many goals in my opinion. Millwall, I feel like they'll definitely still operate defensively and a more direct style of football, which Gary Rowett does like to adapt. Stoke, I think, may go with 3 or maybe 5 at the back, but definitely with the striker options of Tyrese Campbell and Lee Gregory, I think they'll definitely make a difference. But also they've got Jacob Brown in the squad who could start up there, but then Stephen Fletcher, he can also start up there. Why I really love Stoke this year, they've got so many options and so many quality options. So if they do not have a good season with that squad, I'll be very surprised. Before I predict this game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in the first half of this game.
So the 10th game to go over today is Millwall versus Stoke. It's going to give it to Jason Malumbe there. He crosses it. Oh, and it's a goal! Wow, out of absolutely nothing, Millwall have taken the lead, and just like that, that is how clinical they can be. And of course it's Smith with the goal. James Chester can't stop him. It is 1-0 to Millwall, and it looks like it's going to be half-time with it being 1-0 to Millwall. It is. So in the half-time whistle, it is Millwall, the London team, who've got the advantage. It is Millwall 1, Stoke 0.
Interesting, Millwall have got the breakthrough ball. I just have a gut feeling that this will be a really dull game. I don't think either one of these sides will want to be beat. I'm going to say a 0-0 draw. If no one gets a quick goal, I think the longer it'll drag on, the more likely it'll be a 0-0 draw. So that's my prediction, but let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in full time.
So Lexus has already given you his prediction for this game. Let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in this game. And I think that might be the final attack of the game. The final whistle goes. Millwall 1. Stoke 0.
Interesting. So they think Millwall will get a 1-0 victory. That would have been my alternative result actually. So we'll see who's right. We now have Preston going up against Swansea. Now, one thing I do worry about Preston is their goalkeeper. Declan Rudd has been out for squad. I don't know if it's because he's trying to get a move away or something, but for some reason he's not in the squad. For that, I may see Connor Whitley start in goal after the game I saw him play last, which was the FA Cup game against Norwich, where he conceded an absolute clanger to Ida, where he managed to make him score a hat-trick. I mean, I feel a bit nervous for Preston fans. With Swansea, I feel like the only player I think they will miss was George Byers. I know he's out on an injury. They have recently lost Spurs and Selena, which is huge, but I do think Morgan Gibbs-White could step up in this position though. I can definitely see that happening. And to think that they've got potentially a front two of Andre Ayew and Jamal Lowe, that's really scary. And following that, they could target Connor Ripley, who I think is quite nervous as a keeper. Swansea could have a bit of fun. Before I predict this game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in half-time.
The penultimate game we're going through this weekend is Preston going up against Swansea City. Is Gallagher now? Can he go forward? There's Conor Gallagher now. Conor Gallagher, and it's a goal! It's a fantastic solo goal by Conor Gallagher. 1-0 to Swansea. I think now it's going to be a half-time whistle. No. How long have they given this time for? There we go. It's the half-time whistle. It is Preston 0, Swansea 1.
Interesting. They think that Swansea will get a 1-0 lead before half-time. For me, I actually going to agree with FIFA in the first half, but for the whole 90 minutes. I'm going to say Swansea get a 1-0 away victory. Let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in full time.
So Lexus has already given you his score prediction on this game, but let's see what FIFA 20 predicts will happen in this game. Are you still running forward here? It's giving it to Carl Norton now, back to Ayew, who's onside. Norton, brilliant play here. Let's see what Norton could do. Jay Fulton is a goal. What a brilliant team goal. 2-0 Swansea, and I think game over for Preston. Johnson now. No, he can't get there in time. They're all tired. Woodman collects the ball, and that is full time. Preston 0, Swansea City 2.
Gosh, so FIFA thinks it'll be an extra goal. They think 2-0 Swansea, so got similar thinking there. And then the final game to go through is Queen's Park Rangers versus Nottingham Forest. This is going to be really, really tight in my opinion. I expect to see Lyndon Dykes starting, where he actually scored 3 goals in only 2 appearances with Livingston before he joined Queen's Park Rangers. If he's been training well, I expect him to be a little bit sharp, a bit similar to where Darren Hogan looked really sharp for Wycombe. I expect to see Tom Carroll start, obviously a new transfer for Queen's Park Rangers as well. I think he'll be very key this season. And then at the back as well, Rob Dickey, expecting to be a partnership probably with Yoran Barbe. With Nottingham Forest, obviously they've got so many options in their squad now, and they've got a load of new transfers as well. So how many of them are they going to start? I think they'll start Luke Freeman. I think they will definitely start with him. I think they'll want to use him as much as they can, as a midfielder option. It's one of the best around. But Chirou could potentially be a starting option for a CDM position, or maybe Jack Colback. Before I predict this game, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in half-time.
So the final match to commentate on in this weekend in the opening round of Championship fixtures is Queen's Park Rangers going up against Nottingham Forest. Mark Warburton, the QPR manager, going up against his former club. Here's Amiobi now. He's going to give it to Ribeiro. Is he going to give it to So? Yes, he is. But it's the half-time whistle. And quite frankly, I'm glad that first half is over, because very boring. Queen's Park Rangers 0, Nottingham Forest 0.
Interesting. So 0-0 at the moment. They don't look like scoring, if I'm going to be honest. But what I think of this game, I think this will be a draw. But I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. I think they'll definitely cancel each other out. I've only predicted 3 1-1 draws, which I'm surprised with. But before we end the video, let's see what FIFA 20 thinks will happen in this game.
So Lexus has given you his final score prediction in the opening weekend of the Championship. Let's see what FIFA 20's final prediction is in the opening weekend of the Championship. And let's see who's going to get more correct predictions in the end of it. Ryan Manning now. Right, there's only 2 minutes left. Can they try and do one final attack? Here's Clark once again with the ball. He tries to do something here. Right, Elias Chair now. He could do a through ball. He's going to try a through ball, I think. Yes, he is. Right, here's Cameron. He's going to give it back to Elias Chair. And what a goal! A last-minute goal! Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. 2 minutes and a half on the clock. Queen's Park Rangers have stunned Nottingham Forest. The final attack of the game, and it's Elias Chen, the substitute, who beats Brice Samba at his near post. Unbelievable scenes, and it's Mark Warburton who gets the 3 points against his former club. Unbelievable. So Nottingham Forest are going to kick off now, and I think that's going to be the final whistle. There it is. A last minute goal by Elias Chen separates these two sides. You can only see dramatic moments like this in football. Unbelievable end to this game. In the final game that FIFA 20 is predicting, they're predicting Queen's Park Rangers 1, Nottingham Forest 0.
I mean, that's unbelievable, isn't it? A last minute goal. 2.5 minutes in the 2 minutes of added time. If that happens, oh my goodness me, I'd go absolutely stir crazy after that. And before I end, I'm actually going to predict the Premier League fixtures as well. Fulham and Arsenal will be interesting, but I think Arsenal will ride out comfortably 4-1, I say. Crystal Palace and Southampton, tough. I'm going to say 1-1 draw. I can't really see anyone winning there. Liverpool Leeds, now is in key for Leeds that they've got Marcelo Bielsa on another deal. But I think Liverpool will start well. I'm going to say 3-1 Liverpool. West Ham Newcastle. Ooh, really, really tough this. Newcastle could win with the squad they've got, but I think West Ham have got enough. I think it's going to be 2-2. Really entertaining game, I think. West Brom Leicester. This is going to be my shot. I'm going to say West Brom 1, Leicester 0. I hope it doesn't happen though, because I've got 3 Leicester players in my fantasy Premier League team though, but could easily see a shock happening, and I think West Brom are more than capable of it. Spurs and Everton. I'm going to say Spurs get a 2-1 victory. It will be tight. Sheffield United Wolves 1-1. Very, very tight as well. And Brighton Chelsea. Oh, we have got a few injuries though. Chilwell can't start yet. Thiago Silva can't start yet. And ZX injured as well, which is a shame. But we are expected to see Havertz and Werner start. And I think they'll be the difference. It was tight and friendly though. I'm going to say 2-1 away victory to Chelsea. But that wraps it up for today's video. So in the Lexus Hall of Fame, if you correctly predict a score, your name will be out there and you'll also get a shout out. But what's new for the Lexus Hall of Fame this year? I'm going to include my points, but I'm also going to include FIFA 20/FIFA 21's points as well. So you've not only got to compete with me, but you've also got to compete with FIFA 20. So it's going to be highly competitive this year. I'm so excited to get this series started out again. It's one of my favourite series to do on YouTube. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are very excited for the new Championship season, please make sure you do give this video a like. It's tremendously appreciated. If you haven't done, please subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. It would really, really make my day. It really would. And if you can, please share the channel to make me grow in popularity. My aim, by the end of this month, maybe get to 275 or maybe even 300 if we can push it. And to get to 1,000 subscribers before the season ends. That would really make my day. But that wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary if you saw the end of this video. And as always, take care, guys.